But we're talking with Tim Alpers right here, and obviously the Owens River fire has scorched many acres and also many historic buildings. And Tim, what exactly happened out there?
Well, we had a real nasty fire. It took off from where the Clark fire was last month. It's still under investigation to exactly how it started, but it could possibly have been a smoldering stump or log from held over from the Clark fire. But nevertheless, it's burned a tremendous area, clear up through and around Big Springs Campground, down through the Arcularius and Alpers ranches, all of Clark Canyon, up into Alpers Canyon, up on Indiana Summit. The entire face of Bald Mountain is burned off, clear down to McLaughlin Canyon, and the flat country of Upper Long Valley is totally scorched. It looks like the surface of the moon out there.
Wow. And what happened with some of your old buildings there? And I hate to say old, but obviously historic at Alpers Ranch.
Well, yes. First of all, let me say this: the Forest Service and the IC team and the firefighters, the helicopters, the planes, they just did a fantastic job. They did all they could to save as much property. Trying to make water drop through the thick smoke. It was extremely hazardous and difficult. But I'm very pleased to report that on the Arcularius Ranch, all the buildings were saved down there. Not quite the luck on the old Alpers Ranch. The fire made a turn late Saturday and came up and just scorched 5 historic cabins at the southeast, the lower end of the Alpers Ranch, one of which was a old homestead cabin that was built back in the 1860s by the homesteader. And then old ranch houses built by my grandfather, Fred Alpers, and a couple of other log cabins, and a very historic cabin that my sister and I lived in when we were little tiny tykers back in the early 50s. So, it's a real loss, and the country is really scorched. It's not going to look the same for many, many years. The Upper Owens River is a place in the heart of many of our fishermen and our visitors up here. I've heard from literally hundreds of folks, ranch guests from both the Arcularius and the Alpers ranches when they were commercial operations. The owners of the ranches are out here now with teams assessing damage and doing cleanup, and the mop-up work by the multi-agency team out here has just been fantastic. So it's this whole idea of fire attacking us all the time here in the Eastern Sierra is new to us. Fires on this scale, but until the drought breaks, it's just something we're going to have to get used to. And I just hope that those using the forest, a lot of illegal camps, a lot of ATVs out there. I'm just hoping that they can become educated, and the Forest Service can work with these particular groups and put educational material out there, easy to access, or else our recreation resource up here is going to be in real jeopardy.
Yeah. Tim, I can hear it in your voice, kind of emotional. Like you said, you and your sister grew up in one of these ranches. Your father, your grandfather building these. It's got to be a tough couple days for you.
Well, yeah, it has a special meaning for my sister and I, and my niece Amanda, and my grandnephew Jared. We're the immediate family. It has it's moved out of the family in 2008, but and the hundreds of guests that came, it just has a lifetime meaning for them, and that's how we build our long-term visitors up here. We have places like Alpers and Arcularius ranches. And other resorts and destinations up here in the Eastern Sierra that people come back on a generational basis, and we hope that tradition can stay alive. But this fire is it's just bedeviling the Eastern Sierra right now, and I just hope that we can get out of this drought cycle soon and get back to normal here.
Yeah, I was just going to say this is almost the new normal, unfortunately. Tim, I know you got a lot of things to do, but we sure appreciate you taking the time, and best of luck, and sorry for, yours and the entire Eastern Sierra's loss.
Thank you, Bob.
All right.
Carry on.
Thank you, Tim.